Hello students, the next part of our course is evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration. The part is not so difficult to understand, but at the same time it is important from examination point of view. So first is evaporation. इव्हॅपोरेशन त्याला आपण मराठीमध्ये काय म्हणतो, बाष्पीभवन असं म्हणतो, बरोबर. इव्हॅपोरेशन, सो हाऊ वी डिफाईन दिस टर्म इव्हॅपोरेशन? लॉस ऑफ वॉटर फ्रॉम द सॉइल सरफेस इन द फॉर्म ऑफ वेपर्स इज कॉल्ड ॲज इव्हॅपोरेशन. ओके, सो लॉस ऑफ water or moisture from the soil surface in the form of vapors is called as evaporation. So which are the conditions required for evaporation? So first is a heat for transfer of energy. So requirement is heat. Atmospheric heat is required, and that heat is responsible for evaporation losses. And second requirement is concentration gradient between the evaporating surface and the air. Concentration gradient, or we can say difference in the concentration. Difference in the concentration of soil temperature and air temperature. So if the air temperature is more and soil temperature is less, then the evaporation losses will be more. So the temperature of atmosphere decides the evaporation losses. And if the temperature of atmosphere is less and if the soil temperature we can say is more, then evaporation losses might be lesser. So the difference in the concentration between atmosphere and the evaporating surface, so in our case soil, decides the evaporation losses. So this is about evaporation. Second is transpiration. This is also simple phenomenon that we observe in plants. So loss of water from the aerial parts of plants in the form of water vapor is called as transpiration. Loss of moisture or water from the aerial parts of the plants. Now which are the aerial parts of the plants? Leaves, stem. Leaves, stem. From this part losses takes place. And on the leaves we observe stomata. So stomata is a place from where the losses take place. So from the stomatal openings, most of the water get lost in the form of water vapor. This is called as transpiration. So these are the two terms, evaporation and transpiration. Loss of water from soil in the form of vapor is evaporation, and loss of water from stomata of leaves in the form of vapor is called as transpiration. In transpiration we have again two types: cuticular transpiration and lenticular transpiration. Cuticular transpiration from the cuticle. Cuticle means body of the plant, from the body of the plant. And lenticular transpiration means from the stomata of the plant. So lenticular transpiration accounts 80 to 90%. Stomatal transpiration we can say, and cuticular transpiration accounts only 10 to 20%, which is lesser. Next term is evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration, evaporation plus transpiration. So how we define the term? Combined loss of water from the soil surface and plant surface in the form of water vapor is called as evapotranspiration. Simple. Okay, so this is about evaporation, transpiration and evapotranspiration. So this diagram gives you impression how this losses takes place. Transpiration from trees, you can see at left hand side, and grasses you can see transpiration. From trees we can observe transpiration, and from soil, from water bodies, we can observe the evaporation. So transpiration takes place from green part of the atmosphere or on the earth. So vegetation like grasses, weeds, or plants, crops, from all these we observe the transpiration, and evaporation we observe from soil and water bodies. So this is about evapotranspiration. Next term is a consumptive use. consumptive use, CU. It is denoted with CU, consumptive use, consumption of the water. Consumption. So when we apply irrigation water, where that water goes, or when there is a rainfall, where that water goes. So water is either taken up by the plants from the roots, or it is lost in the form of evaporation in the atmosphere. So evaporation, transpiration, these are the major losses. But some part of the water is also utilized for metabolic activities of the plants. Metabolic activities like respiration, photosynthesis. These are some of the metabolic activities. For these processes, they also require water. Hydrolysis in the plant. For all these chemical reactions, also they require water. That is called as metabolism of the plant. So Cu is equal to Et plus metabolism. Cu is equal to Et plus metabolism. And when we say Cu, consumptive use, it means 99% loss is from evapotranspiration. So whatever water we apply, 99% water is lost in the form of evaporation and transpiration, and less than 1% is used for metabolic activities of the plants. Okay, so this is about consumptive use, Cu. Then in consumptive use, we have three types: daily consumptive use, seasonal consumptive use, and peak consumptive use. Daily consumptive use. So consumption of water on a daily basis, that is daily consumptive use. Seasonal, for entire season, 4 months, 3 months, Kharif season, Rabi season, that is seasonal consumptive use. And peak consumptive use. Peak means highest, when we have highest consumption of water, maybe in the summer month, where most of the time we have more evaporation losses, more transpiration losses, and then we can say that is a peak, highest consumptive use. So consumptive use or evaporation, transpiration is measured in millimeters. Please remember this. We measure consumptive use, we measure evaporation, we measure transpiration in millimeters. How much of millimeter water is lost? 10 millimeters, 5 millimeters, 50 millimeters from the soil. So the unit of measurement of evapotranspiration and consumptive use is millimeter. Next term is a potential evapotranspiration. Now we know the meaning of evapotranspiration, and now we should know the meaning of potential. Potential means highest, maximum evapotranspiration. It is also called as a reference evapotranspiration or peak evapotranspiration, highest, maximum. So when we can observe maximum evapotranspiration. Now there is a question here: which losses are greater? Evaporation losses are greater or transpiration losses are greater? So if we apply water to the crop, and when we apply water to the soil, where we can expect more losses? This is a question. So the thing is that transpiration losses are always greater than the evaporation losses. Transpiration losses are always greater than the evaporation losses. So we expect more losses from the leaves of the plant than the soil. This is general phenomenon. So when we have crops, losses are more compared with the soil losses. So transpiration losses, they are greater. Transpiration losses are greater than the evaporation losses. And now how we define this potential evapotranspiration? Evapotranspiration which occurs when the ground is completely covered with actively growing vegetation where there is no limitation of soil moisture. Evapotranspiration म्हणजे बाष्पीभवन आणि त्याला आपण म्हणतो पर्णोत्सर्जन, दॅट इज ट्रान्सपिरेशन. हे जे दोन्ही होतात, ह्या दोन्ही फेनॉमिनॉनमध्ये मगाशी तुम्हाला सांगितलं ट्रान्सपिरेशन लॉसेस जास्त आहेत आणि इव्हॅपोरेशन लॉसेस हे नेहमी कमी असतं. तर आपल्याला जे जास्त आहे ते आपल्याला घेतलं पाहिजे. जास्त काय आहे? ट्रान्सपिरेशन जास्त आहे, इव्हॅपोरेशन कमी आहे. म्हणून आपण इथं पोटेन्शियल इव्हॅपोट्रान्सपिरेशन मोजताना काय करतो? आपण ट्रान्सपिरेशनचा विचार करतो, इव्हॅपोरेशनचा विचार करत नाही. So ट्रान्सपिरेशन, इव्हॅपोट्रान्सपिरेशन ऑकर्स वेन द ग्राउंड इज कम्प्लिटली कवर्ड बाय ॲक्टिवली ग्रोईंग व्हेजिटेशन. म्हणजे तुम्ही जो ठराविक एरिया डिसाईड केलेला आहे तो एरिया जर कम्प्लिटली एखाद्या झाडांनी कवर केलेला असेल, ॲक्टिवली ग्रोईंग व्हेजिटेशन म्हणजे ज्याची पानं एकदम अशी मोठी पानं आहेत, ब्रॉड लीव्स वेअर दे हॅव मोर स्टोमाटा. मोठी पानं म्हणजे काय, स्टोमाटा जास्त म्हणजे काय, ट्रान्सपिरेशन जास्त. Okay, that is called as actively growing vegetation. So like this, when this area is a soil area, and when this area is covered with actively growing vegetation like this, and whatever the losses are there from this actively growing vegetation, that is called as maximum evapotranspiration. And where there is no limitation of soil moisture, म्हणजे जमिनीमध्ये पाण्याची कमतरता अजिबात नाही आहे, कंटिन्यूस तुम्ही त्या झाडाला पाणी देत आहे, पाणी काय करतं आहे, पीक काय करतं आहे, ते पाणी जमिनीतून ओढून घेते आणि तेच पाणी परत हवेमध्ये ट्रान्सपिरेशनच्या थ्रू हवेत निघून जाते. दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज मॅक्सिमम लॉस पोटेन्शियल इव्हॅपोट्रान्सपिरेशन. नेक्स्ट टर्म इज ट्रान्सपिरेशन रेशो. ट्रान्सपिरेशन रेशो, TR, transpiration ratio. So water transpired by the crop divided by unit weight of dry matter. How much of water transpired by a crop in millimeters and unit weight of dry matter in gram or in kilograms. So to produce 100 kilograms of dry matter, how much of water is transpired in millimeters? This ratio is called as transpiration ratio. Next is the factors affecting evapotranspiration. Factors affecting evapotranspiration. First is the climatic factors. Climatic factors. So when there is more radiations, there are more incoming radiations on the Earth's surface, then we can say that the transpiration or evaporation losses are more. More radiation, more losses. Temperature, of course. When the atmospheric temperature is going high, upper and upper, then evapotranspiration losses are also greater. More temperature, more evapotranspiration losses. Precipitation. Precipitation means rainfall. So when there is a rainfall, the temperature of earth can go down and losses can be reduced. So evapotranspiration losses are less when there is a precipitation or rainfall. Humidity. When atmospheric humidity is more, 90%, 95%, the losses are less evapotranspiration losses when humidity is more. And when humidity is less, like 20%, 30%, losses are greater. Wind velocity. When higher wind velocity is there, it will it will lead to more evapotranspiration losses. So this is about climatic factor. More radiation, more temperature, more evapotranspiration losses, more precipitation, more humidity, less evapotranspiration losses. Wind velocity is more, evapotranspiration losses are more. Next, soil factors. Water holding capacity of the soil. Water holding capacity of the soil. So if the soil is holding more moisture, for example clay soils, they have more water holding capacity. So when they can hold more moisture, more evaporation losses. So here in the soil we talk about evaporation losses, not usually transpiration, but mostly evaporation losses. When water holding capacity is more, evaporation losses are more. Hydraulic conductivity. Hydraulic conductivity means ability of soil to transmit the water molecule. Ability of soil to transmit the water molecule. So when the water molecule is moving very, very freely in the soil, that means there are more chances of evaporation losses. So hydraulic conductivity is more, evaporation losses are also more. Crop residue. Crop residue. Residue means leftovers of earlier crop. क्रॉप रेसिड्यू म्हणजे पूर्वीच्या पिकाचे अवशेष जर काही जमिनीवरती पडलेले असतील तर काय होईल, ते अवशेष काय करतील, आच्छादनाचं काम करतील. दे विल ॲक्ट ॲज अ मल्च अँड वेन दे आर ॲक्टिंग ॲज अ मल्च इव्हॅपोरेशन लॉसेस विल बी लेस. सो वेन क्रॉप रेसिड्यू इज देअर इव्हॅपोरेशन लॉसेस आर लेस. अमाऊंट ऑफ व्हेजिटेशन. Vegetation, मगाशीच तुम्हाला सांगितलं, vegetation means anything green on the plant, on the earth surface. Anything which is green on the earth surface is called as vegetation. So when we have more vegetation on earth surface, we have more losses of evaporation and transpiration. Transpiration losses are more here. We can talk about transpiration. Color of soil. When the color of soil is black, it will absorb more and more radiations. And when more and more radiations are absorbed, evaporation losses are also more. So black soils, they have more evaporation losses. Gray soils, white soils, they have less evaporation losses. Why? Because they reflect the radiations in the atmosphere. And black colored soil cannot reflect because they can absorb more, and therefore evaporation losses are more. Plant factors. Plant morphology. Morphology means when we have more broad-leaved plants like soybean or cowpea, where the leaves are very broad, transpiration losses are also more because they have more stomata. And when the leaves are narrow, like wheat crop, for example, or rice crop, for example, they have less transpiration losses. Because in plant factors we talk about transpiration mostly. So this is about plant morphology. Crop geometry. Geometry means arrangement of the crops over the soil surface. Plant population is more evaporation losses, more seed rate. Okay, less spacing. When the spacing is close, high density planting, transpiration losses are more. Plant cover. When there is a plant cover is more, when the crop is covering more on the soil surface, transpiration losses are more. Stomatal density. Density means number of stomata present in unit area. So when we have more stomata, more transpiration losses. And when the size of stomata is also more, transpiration is also more. Root depth. When the root depth, when we have deep rooted crop, it will absorb more transpiration losses. So deep rooted crop, more absorption, more transpiration. Shallow rooted crop, less absorption, less transpiration. So here we talk about deep rooted crop and shallow rooted crop. Leaf orientation. How the leaves are oriented. Sometimes your leaves are parallel to the sun or atmosphere. When they are parallel to the sun or atmosphere, more transpiration losses. When they are vertical, when they are arranged vertical, or when the angle is there, when they are 90-degree angle or vertical orientation is there, losses are less. Growth phase. So in the entire growth phase, we can say flowering stage, where we have more number of leaves, more girth of the stem. So more number of leaves we can observe during the flowering stage. So at flowering stage we will have more transpiration losses. Duration of the crop. Of course, when the crop duration is more, transpiration is more. So for example, we have one variety of wheat with 120 days and one variety of wheat with 100 days. So 120 days variety will require more water because the transpiration losses are more. Cultural factors. Last is cultural factors. Irrigation. Method of irrigation and time of irrigation. So if we use flood irrigation or surface irrigation, then we will have more evaporation losses. But if we use drip irrigation, then we will have less evaporation losses. Tillage practices. If we carry out more and more tillage operations, evaporation will be more. Fertilizers. Here, if we apply more fertilizers to the crop, what will happen? The crop growth is more. Crop growth is luxurious. And when we have more crop growth, luxurious crop growth is there, transpiration is also more. Weed management. Weed management. So if we control the weeds, what will happen? Transpiration is less. If we control the weed, transpiration is less. And if we have more number of weeds on the soil surface, what will happen? More and more transpiration. Because we have to compare the transpiration losses and evaporation losses, and as I mentioned earlier, transpiration is greater and evaporation is less if we compare these both two. So if we control the weeds, our losses are less, but if there are weeds in your plot, transpiration is more. Mulching, of course, when we use mulch, any kind of mulch, plastic mulch or crop residue like paddy straw, any other mulch, it will act as a mulch and the evaporation losses will be less. Evaporation losses will be less. So these are the cultural factors, and these are the factors affecting on evaporation and transpiration. Okay, so please listen this video carefully. Very simple part but important part of the course. Evaporation, transpiration, consumptive use, factors affecting on evapotranspiration. Thank you.